Welcome in, everybody. Exciting win today at the Athletics Recreation Center for the Valpo women's basketball team on senior day over Loyola. Brandon Vickery, glad to be joined by the head coach of Valpo, Mary Evans. And coach, just first of all, simply how nice is it after a streak where you had lost a number of games in a row to break that today on senior day, get a home win over Loyola?
It feels great. I mean, this team has continued to fight and continued to grow and build and learn and get better. And so I just am happy for them that they got to experience this feeling of winning, because it's a fantastic feeling, and they've worked really hard, and I hate that they have not been able to experience it more this year, because they've really grown as a basketball team.
There were some games early in the year, especially where we felt the game was lost in one quarter, and today maybe won in one quarter. That second quarter, 30 points in a single quarter. What do you see in that quarter in particular that led to the standout performance?
I thought a lot of it started with our defense. I thought we picked up our defensive mentality. We matched their physicality and really got some stops, which then led to some easier scores. And then I thought we really kind of buckled down offensively, really worked together, started driving and sharing the basketball, and drove the ball really strong, which they're a physical and aggressive team. So, after not playing against that for a week, it takes a little bit of time to get used to the bumps and feeling out how you're going to be allowed to play in a game. And I thought they kind of felt that out in the first quarter, and then they came out and really played aggressively in the second quarter. It was fun to watch.
We've talked about learning to win games and learning to close out games, and today was one where you're able to hold on at the end and win. What was the key down the stretch to holding on for the victory?
I think we needed to get a couple stops, and we did. We finally kind of hunkered down and got one or two stops, and that allowed us to then come down and use more clock. And, Grace made a big play late. We ran something for her to drive it, and she scored. I think it was a collective effort of us defending as a group, finishing that play with a rebound, and then really playing smart and executing down the stretch and taking time off the clock that really finished it for us.
Third double-double for Addison Stoller. How big was she in both capacities, scoring and rebounding today?
She played a great game. I mean, she did what Addie can do, and her teammates did a great job getting her the basketball. Her teammates did a great job creating space for her to drive the basketball. And she's only as good as her teammates let her be, by sharing the basketball and by working to get her space. And that's what we talk all the time. This is a very team-oriented offense, and no one can have the games that they can have without the other four people working to help create that space. And so I'm really happy that we did that, and it was her night, and she took advantage of that. But everybody was fantastic. I mean, the efficiency is unreal. Meredith was 7 for 9, Addie 7 for 11, Grace 6 for 11, Ella 4 for 8. We were 13 of 14 from the free throw line. I mean, they were really dialed in, and it was exciting to watch them play tonight.
Last thing, I have to ask you one more time about this senior class. Just what was it like to send them off with a win? What does it mean to be a part of their senior day today?
I'm so excited they got to go off for a win. They've been a great group, very selfless people that have really put themselves kind of in the back and have really become great leaders for this team and accepted this change with an open heart and mind. And they're a special group, and they're going to mean a lot to me for years to come. I'm looking forward to following them grow, being at their weddings, sending them Valpo jerseys for their babies.
It's not over yet as the journey of this season continues on Thursday against Indiana State. There's the head coach, Mary Evans. Now glad to be joined by Valpo senior Meredith Hamlet after a victory over Loyola today. Meredith, let's talk about this game. It was a situation where the first time you'd lost in kind of a lopsided game at Loyola, and you were able to turn that around and get the win today. What was the difference from that conference opener to the conference finale against this Loyola team?
Yeah, I think that just shows how much we've grown as a team. And I just think, too, since we played them first and then played them last, I think we knew, our key matchups, too, and, who could get the ball where and who could score and get buckets for us, too. So I think that's a huge change.
In the second quarter, you didn't miss a shot, and as a team, you scored 30 points, and it kind of reminds me of a quarter at Loyola a year ago. Just what was working well in that one quarter for you and for the team?
Yeah, I think Coach Mary said, you're only as good as your teammates. So I think just by our teammates just, moving, I thought we moved very well, and those who didn't have the ball moved well without the ball and just got, myself open at the times and just got each other open, so that was awesome too.
What was it like, I have to ask you, to be down there for senior day and to be a part of this senior class and have your family here? What's this day mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. Honestly, it's kind of surreal. It kind of feels like any normal game day, but just the way that Valpo does things is just a class act, so it makes you feel really good, just a good way to go out.
And now we turn the page to the conference tournament. You have a third matchup with Indiana State coming up on Thursday after the games today. That ends up being the matchup. What are your thoughts on playing Indiana State on Thursday?
Third time's a charm.
There she is, Meredith Hamlet. And again, that game will tip off at 4 o'clock. And for all the latest in Valpo women's basketball, check out valpoathletics.com.